Critical breaking news announcement. The FBI has just sent a letter to Congress informing them that they have discovered new emails pertaining to the former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's investigation and they are reopening the case into her criminal and illegal conduct that threatens the security of the United States of America. Hillary Clinton's corruption is on a scale we have never seen before. We must not let her take her criminal scheme into the Oval Office. I have great respect for the fact that the FBI and the Department of Justice are now willing to have the courage to right the horrible mistake that they made. This was a grave miscarriage of justice that the American people fully understood. And it is everybody's hope that it is about to be corrected. So that is a big announcement that I heard 10 minutes ago. And I guess, obviously, most of you folks have heard about. And in all fairness, for all of the people that have suffered for doing so much less, including just recently, four-star General James Cartwright, General Petraeus, and many others, perhaps finally justice will be done.
There you go. That was October 28th when that came out. So, want to let you in on some things. That's been over a month. Just on Friday, we had very little report on this, but you had a whistleblower for Uranium 1 have his house raided. Everything that he took and had evidence to the Inspector General of the FBI. So the FBI had, and Department of Justice, had all of these records. And yet they raid him. They stay in his house for 6 hours. 6 hours they rifle through his house. A whistleblower who conformed to the law, who let something that needed to be talked about, Uranium 1, all those dirty deals that Hillary did. I'm not even getting into the laptop of Weiner, which New York had, and you notice they choked, what's his name, I can't breathe. They choke him out, and Loretta Lynch had that tarmac meeting with Clinton before this. Bill Clinton. People forget. Timelines. Important. Then all of a sudden Justice Department went after New York to get Weiner's laptop. That is a fact. That is what happened. They pressured New York to get, but the problem is it's out there. So what you could say, if you weren't knowing how the deep state operates, you could absolutely say that the FBI went in because maybe they thought, he didn't give up all the grapes. He didn't tell everybody what was going on. He's holding back. Who knows? But to me, this smacks of cover-up. They don't want him to all of a sudden make stuff public. They are going to drop some indictments. You have Comey and Lynch going back in front of the Congress and the Senate. The House. That's a fait accompli. It's coming. The indictments are not going to be one en masse indictment of 50 people at a time, though. So please don't delude yourself on that. There's probably a bit of horse trading going on. This is why Mueller is trying to pressure Roger Stone. This is why he's trying to pressure Jerome Corsi. He's also worried because Papadopoulos, Papa D, he gets out of prison in a couple, not even, it's a week and some days now. And guess what? He can talk. He did his time. So Mueller knows he's going to, what he will do, I'm telling you this, mark my words. He will put out a lot of conjecture in his report. It's coming out. But also George Bush, this is something they didn't see either. The deep state's shitting their pants over this one. The one reason they had that they could still redact a little bit was because when he released the CIA files. The only redactions were George Herbert Walker Bush was a president. So that's redacted. That was the only bit of that report that was ever redacted. Now Trump can open that up again and unredact everything. And Britain has been pushing Trump not to release the documents. The FISA documents. Because they were complicit in Hillary's scheme. Not the Uranium One scheme, but the dossier, the dirty dossier with Christopher Steele. So what I see from all of this is they're going to do a little horse trading. Where's your evidence for Uranium One? Well, the IG has it, right? They know for a fact the new Attorney General, he's sick of it. It's BS. He knows it's BS. He knows the shit just got real. Mueller is really, all he was a fixer to fix the corroded reputation of the FBI. And it does make one wonder. Now, here comes some more fraud, and here comes some more fraud that you're seeing. Remember the nightclub shooting in California? Isn't it funny that a few days after that, all of a sudden we get some serious fires in California. About 20 miles from there. For one fire. And then there's this whole conspiracy thing on dual weapons, which, exist. So we know all this stuff is going on. Seth Rich's murder. Robbed but shot 3 times in his back and nothing taken. Wonders you, doesn't it? Wonders me. Remember, Seth Rich worked for the DNC. What you're seeing right now are a whole lot of false flags, a whole lot of fuckery afoot. Yeah, I live by a train track, Val. I love trains too. Hey, nice seeing you, Jermaine. How's it going, brother? Greetings from America across the pond to Europa. Hopefully I'll see you soon in Berlin or somewhere. We'll figure it out. But anyways, getting back to this. There are never any coincidences. Never. Everything's always connected. You have to take the long view. The long vision. That 35,000 foot vision. Just like NSA's former head of their node system for PRISM, William Binney. It's all interconnected nodes. On us, by the way. Remember, Obama turned the microphones inside. NSA was for spying outside of the U.S. Outside of CONUS. And now they're turned in on us. And Five Eyes, that's every English-speaking country shares intel on certain things. And they listen to everybody. Snapchat, Facebook, all that. All that. Remember, Facebook started with seed money from Gilman Louis. Can't think of the woman's name right now. And then you also have a billionaire by the name of Peter Thiel. A homosexual. There's no way he's blackmailable, right? Figure that one out. See, folks, DARPA and the CIA and all that, it's all interconnected. All this evil that we've seen. It's just like, I'll give you a prime example. It's just like when the pedophilia and pedophiles are being arrested daily across the U.S., thank God, evil fuckers, robbing children of their innocence. But notice when it first broke, instantly they focused it on a pizza place. One pizza place. And you have some nut job. Think about every shooter you've ever seen in America. There's always some convenient nut job. You know? People forget how many times the FBI has set people up for things. They do it all the time. What they didn't expect was that this president would not comply. He would not roll over and be their little bitch. That's what they did not expect. They thought they could tell him this, that, and the other, and he'd comply. Instead, he's done everything correctly. He's fighting them. He's lost $2 billion net worth fighting these fucking corrupt motherfuckers. It took a Manhattan Democrat to bring the Republican Party back to the American people, the regular guy, the regular gal. Isn't that kind of amazing? When you think about that, it's so counterintuitive. You wouldn't think ever that somebody like him would have run as a Republican. I wouldn't have thought that, honestly. And I supported him since the time he came down that escalator. I did everything I could to make sure that I could help get him elected by, you know, whatever efforts I could do as just a regular guy. Because I saw something and I heard something in that first speech. Now, you got to think on all these false flags, folks. And there's been a bunch of them, and it's always to divide Americans. Divide us over guns. Divide us over race. Divide us. Divide us. Divide us. Homosexual, whatever. You know, it's always about dividing. Because they know people are waking up en masse. Why do you think social media, YouTube, all these things, they're taking platforms away from people? And Google, it just leaked out again how corrupt they are. You know, Google in Germany, Jermaine can verify this. The head of Google in Germany is a former Stasi agent bitch. And guess what building Google's going to buy for their German operations? The old Stasi headquarters. Kind of amazing, huh? Remember what I said about coincidences? All these tech firms are very left-leaning. I just had to make a show on this. I guess a fireside chat, because I haven't been able to give my subscribers a show with just me telling my views. And I thought you guys deserved it. What I'll say, the battle has just started. It'll be heating up this week. Watch for fuckery afoot. Be careful, everybody. Because this is the time the deep state knows it. They're going to lash out. They're going to go after everybody. That's just going to happen. They're going to trump charges up on people. Maybe even somebody you know. It's going to happen. But like I always say, I'm very happy I have a small channel. It feels really cozy. I enjoy spending time with you folks as much as I can. You're all sitting on my big orange couch. You're in the chat. Ask me anything. This is the one time I'm going to do this where you guys can ask me anything and I'll let you run this show. And if not, you know, I'll just keep going on. But if I see a question or a comment, I'll start telling you. You know, I'll say, yeah, this, that, and the other. But, yep, that's right. The Stasi, Jermaine just said, the Stasi sit in our government and industry and offices all over Germany. He's very true. He's very honest. Nothing goes away, folks. Nothing ever goes away. Communism didn't go away. It just took nap time. And they let the sleepers get in there and mole into everything. And what they're doing now is they were trying to destroy the West. Trump came in. Oh, look, now all of a sudden the West is starting to rise up again. Look at what's going on in Austria. Everybody's backing out of these migrant deals. It's all interconnected. It's all being done on purpose. And it's not for the West's betterment. You can't import the third world into the first world and expect it to remain first world. There's a reason why there's the Brown app in San Francisco to let you know where people are, where there's poop, human poop, in the streets. There's actually an app for your iPhone, for your smartphone. It's called the Brown app. Yes, Jermaine. In our view, we have time to change this system into the right. Yeah, you're right. And it will happen. You know that. We work hard. But the facts remain that you guys, honestly, when I'm done with this show, please like, comment, and share on the video itself. Share it with your social media as much as you can. This needs to get out. Because you're not just going to see it here in America. You're going to see, well, Europe is, their deep states in just the same panic in Brussels. Okay? The European Commission. They're fighting for their survival. I heard somebody who was a Democrat on another show I was helping on. He made a comment. He was like, well, Trump is this, Trump is that. And I was like, so you've eaten the NPC meat. You're now a non-player character. You think you're thinking, but all you're doing is spouting out social justice warriors, cultural Marxist talking points. There's not a free thought in your mind. And of course, there's pushback always, because from that side of the fence, they always think they're more intellectual, more intelligent. Well, maybe they are. I'm a dumb, ignorant hillbilly in their eyes. That's fine. I'm glad. I don't like to let anybody know how educated I am. But what I will say is my eyes are completely open. On one of my podcasts earlier, you think this is an happenstance event? I talked about UN planes flying twice daily out of the Kandahar civilian side airport. What do you think they're moving? Oh, by the way, those UN planes were all German flagged, Jermaine. You may want to check this out and see where they're landing. 2 flights a day taking Afghanis into Germany. That'll work out real good, trust me. So what we need to do, like I said, we all just have to do our small part. I'm trying to get the word out because I think it needs to be done. We live in a panopticon right now of surveillance globally. They're trying to dehumanize humans. Trying to make us comply through the panopticon. The panopticon is a system that prisons used to be built in a big circle. All the cages open, and the guard could look in it at any time, okay? And then what they found out is, after, you know, stuff goes on and whatnot, they put up these darkened windows. And that way, you might not even have a guard in there, but the prisoners are now more compliant because they're always being looked at. They were always being watched. In Ohio, yeah, one time we had the old Ohio State Pen. We had one prison. One. That's all we had, was one prison for real, you know, criminals. Now when somebody even does a major crime that makes the news nationally, do you ever hear about what happened at their trial? Do you hear about anything that transpired? Do you see the interviews like they did with Kuklinski? You know, a murderer for the mob. You know, he was interviewed several times on his stuff while he was in prison. But all of a sudden they just drop off the radar. You know, big shootings, stuff like that. There's always something, somebody's always got their dirty finger in your soda all the time. But I'm just thrilled that you guys took a seat on my big orange couch. And yes, Jermaine, cut the elite from the folk and let us have the power and our natural rights on this earth. You're right. That's exactly right. That's the only way you can do it, is push back through speech, folks. More speech, not less. Don't let them divide us. That's what the fuckers want to do. Don't let them divide you. United we stand, divided we surely will fall. But I just wanted to make sure you guys are able to just have, it's been a long time since I did a short video with y'all and talked to my my family, my YouTube fam, and just let you know, Yep, it's the Kalergi plan set in 1922. Yep, you're exactly right. Yep, that's right. That's exactly what it was all about, Jermaine. And it's disgusting. But I think that's about all I want to talk about today. But yeah, like, comment, share, please. Share it to every social media you're in. I'd appreciate it. With that, I'm saying, I'm glad you guys sat on my big orange couch. There's room for all of you. Hopefully you had a nice tea, coffee, pop, soda, beer, whatever. And you just lounged at Kaisers Kastle. And by the way, that first song was called Inside Enemy Headquarters by Axion Ghost. He's a friend of mine. And this song that I'm using as the outro is by Axion Ghost 2, and it's called The Werewolf Bunker. Look him up on YouTube. If you like that music, let me know too. With that I say, shove out.